Hi, so it is a full supermoon in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so this is an invitation for like sensuality and comfort and really rooting in our bodies. So I've pulled a general reading for this full supermoon, and the theme we have today is the Maiden. The virgin, the princess, the innocent. The maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of maiden mother crone, and rightfully so, because she has oh so much to learn. The maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold. Enamored by the charms of youth, the maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. So I would say this is a time to be curious and playful. If you have been waiting for someone or something to give you approval, don't. Take the path, and use your power to do what lights you up. This may be something new you want to learn or a skill you want to grow. Remember, it is your life you are living, and you make the choices on this path. This may also be a call to explore your sensual side, as you know, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and a theme is sensuality. So this leads us to the next card, which is summer. And this is crossing the theme of the maiden. So summer, fullness, vitality, and sensuality. To experience summer is to be embodied. The summer air kisses every crevice of our body, opening us up in ways long forgotten. Lust, desire, laughter, sweat, physicality. These are all expressions of summer's fullness shining through. When this card appears, know that the senses are heightened and the work is nearing full expression. It may feel as though things are electrified or about to burst. Keep in mind that, like all the alchemical seasons, summer will soon pass. For now, everything in your narrative is fleshed out, and the story has just another chapter or two until it begins again. So revel in this time of ripening and rhythm. Celebrate, gather, connect. Whether the season is literal or metaphorical, let yourself be swept into the pulse of these hot and heavy nights. So if you have been hiding away and keeping to yourself, I would say this is a call to use your body, get physical and active, connect with others, maybe dance or exercise, go out on a walk, have a date with a friend or a partner. Sensuality seems to be a theme, whether that is self-love or love with another or a project or a spiritual practice you love. I would say use this time to really explore and connect. And the next card we have is our conscious, and that is authentic self. So I would say many of us on this journey are finding out who we really are at a core level. We are all evolving all the time, and we are changing very rapidly at this time. This can bring feelings of uncertainty, and we start to question parts of ourselves that we may no longer resonate with anymore. People around us can also find this hard, as what we had in common before may be changing. So at this time, really connecting with others, in ways that you do enjoy, whether this is, watching a film together or a comedy, having a laugh, making a meal together or just being silly. I think this will really help to keep you grounded. Authentic self, this came up in the same place, I believe, for the last reading I did. So I think this is a real theme of like, maybe we're thinking too much and we're not just being and doing things that we love to do. So I'd say try not to be too serious or focus too much on the things that you may be trying to find out. Sometimes we can chase and we're grasping after things, but we need to remember like the people around us are important, and life on earth includes being physical. as the energy is really heightened at this time, with it being a full supermoon, this can, bring loads of different feelings and emotionals, and emotions, to be really heightened. Feelings, memories, anything you long for will really be coming to the forefront. So, try and slow down, ground, and just focus on, creativity, self-love, sensuality, joy, those kind of things. So our unconscious thoughts is arrow. So for me, this is saying you may be in a difficult situation or environment that no longer resonates with your energy. So try and recognize who or what is making you feel like this. You may be in a job or a relationship that is challenging right now. Try and tap into your intuition. Note down any thoughts or feelings that arise. We do change the more and more we grow, but you grow through the challenges. Sometimes the shadows we face are our greatest teacher. And it gives us the change, it gives us the strength to course correct our lives in a more, aligned way for us. So it's about kind of just being honest about these things. If there are people around you, or, your environment is really triggering you, if you've been getting angry, again, with the feelings being amplified, with the full supermoon, really just try and, maybe take some time out and be still and quiet. Just be kind to yourself, because this can be quite a difficult time at the moment. I don't know about anyone else listening to this, but I've been really being quick to anger, more than usual. I've been, I have been working on myself for a very long time. I don't think that ever ends, but I've been getting triggered and just, snapping. And that is not the kind of side I like to show of myself. I really like to try and be, mindful and calm and really think before I react or speak. But yeah, with this energy, it's been a bit crazy, and I've been needing just to take myself off and be quiet on my own, or just go off for a walk. And then by the time I get back, I feel so much better. The next card we have is that which is ending or about to end, and that is gestation. For me, I would say, this could be a new idea or revelation or passion, that may have been consuming you for a long time. You could be feeling frustrated or always thinking, when will I know the answer? Or when or how will this show up for me? Remember, the work takes time. It can't be forced or rushed. So just try and be patient and kind to yourself. Just always have that idea in mind, and trust that all is as it should be for now, in this now moment. I do think a lot of us, especially me, we get impatient, and we're like, oh, I've just, I keep trying to have this aha moment about what I should do next. And sometimes doing nothing is the answer, just being quiet. And that's when like revelations can really come to us. But, a lot of us, I think, we want a different life, or we want a better life. In any which way that is. It could be like a new career, a new home, a new relationship, anything. There is magic in the not knowing. It's each step at a time. Each puzzle piece comes together as and when it needs to. So yeah, try and get out of your head with this, and just live from your heart. So the next card we have is the future or beginning, and that is the Ten of Wands. For me, this is saying, if you've been repressing your feelings, or, not communicating your needs or wishes to others around you, this can lead to feelings of rage or irritation, as I've mentioned. You may feel the need to like isolate yourself or step back. You may project this onto others as well, and they may reflect these feelings back to you. Such as anger and things like that. You do need to be responsible for your own actions. Don't restrict yourself, as this can lead to depression or illness. So, try and free yourself from any limitations you have put on yourself, and start expressing your feelings to others. Even if you find this hard, maybe write it down first, so you can kind of really flesh that out of what it is you really want to say. But this can also be positive in this position, because by recognizing any limitations, as soon as you recognize this, you can free yourself from them. So, you know, 10 of Wands, end of a cycle, and then we can move to the next cycle. So for the next card, we have you and your energy, and that is the Heart Guardian. I would say, you know, for everyone, you are the energy of love. That is what connects all of us and all things. If you have been repressing any feelings to others or yourself, just be open to receive, to be helped by people and by spirit. You do deserve love, and you do deserve to feel supported and nurtured. You are being guided always by spirit. So if you are struggling with anyone, or not giving yourself the love and care you need, take this time to focus on self-care, whether that's like running a bubble bath for yourself, a salt bath, that can really be good for cleansing, meditation, get out in nature, that I find helps me all the time, just being present with nature. There is a lot of magic in nature, so if you don't go out much, try and get out a bit more. I think that will really help. But yeah, just remember, love is what connects everything and everyone. So, don't be hard on yourself or others. Just try and be more present and just do some things that you really love to do. The next card we have is energy coming in, and that is angelic frequency. The work you have been doing on yourself, it is upgrading your frequency, and you are aligning with your soul's intentions. You are always being guided, protected and supported by the divine. The choices you are making on your spiritual journey will bring abundance and prosperity. I think a lot of us, we are starting to remember, but it is step by step. Our power and our potential is opening up for opportunities for our soul's growth. But I think a lot of us, we're so busy that we don't really notice sometimes when this is happening. If you are asking questions to spirit, but you never take the time to actually listen, you're not going to notice any revelations or any answers coming in. So try and make a daily practice of just getting quiet, sitting in meditation, or do some automatic writing in your journal if you have one. Write a question out, and then just breathe. Take a little bit of time for meditation for a few minutes, sit down with a cup of tea or coffee, and then just start to write. You'll be surprised, if you haven't done this before, of what answers can come through to you. And the next card we have is our hopes or fears, and that is Spirit of Truth. So for me, this is saying, truths are being revealed, whether this is seeing through illusions of others, or starting to realize our purpose and our truth. The challenges we may have been facing are highlighting, what truly matters to us. So try to be honest with yourself and to others with what really matters to you. Your dedication and progress on your journey is always opening up your sight and intuition for any steps you need to take next. So there's been a lot of themes of being guided by spirit, using our body, being sensual, answers and these kind of things. But truths can only be revealed, and our guidance can only be shown to us from us being quiet with spirit. Otherwise, how are we going to hear? And this ties in quite nicely to our outcome or key, and that is the Bardo. So this is the liminal, the in-between, and the transition. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us, or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is a potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. So remember, we are spirit in the body, and we are all connected. You can tap into spirit at any time, but you need to listen. There is guidance and truth there for you. You are going into a transition phase that is like heavily guided by spirit, and the veil is so thin right now. So really use this time to tap in. You know, try and see others around you as a soul rather than a person, and be loving to others and yourself. Your frequency elevating will make it easier to connect with any loved ones who have passed on, or your guides. So the key angel number we have is 2020, compassion. Mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. And our pocket animal spirit we have is the hummingbird. And positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savouring. So I'd say this is a time of curiosity, love, connection, and tapping into our intuition to guide us. You know, use your body to clear your mind, whether that is walking, dancing, or cleaning. You know, keep doing your spiritual practices, and if something new interests you, start looking into it. You know, it's kind of like a mixture between action and rest, I would say, at this time. You know, acting and doing the things that you really love to do, but also taking that time out to rest and connect to spirit, to kind of get any insights that you're really, you know, wanting to, you know, hear or find out at this time. So I hope you're enjoying the super full moon, and until next time, thank you. Bye.